What's up, guys? I'm here in Carlsbad. I got my dude, Jacob Bruns, here in the studio. What up, dude?
What up?
Check him out.
Go, go, go.
Hey, my man just got back from Hawaii. And why'd you go to Hawaii, dude? Fill us in.
Basically, me and Kyler set a goal for ourselves in the month of December, how many families that we could help. And we hit that goal. And that goal was 30 families, and we hit it. We were probably going to go anyway, but we just took a trip out there, and we wanted to experience, how we could do this thing from anywhere. And I think it was like a really good lesson of what to do and what not to do, really. But we went over there. We still worked, but we also had a little bit of vacation, a little fun time, But it was nice seeing, being able to help families from 3 hours behind everyone else and still be on vacation. So I think it was an experience.
How many families did you help while you were there?
Together or just myself?
You.
By myself, probably right around eight or nine families helped.
8 or 9.
And that was dude, we were, 8 a.m. to noon going to the beach. It was minimum hours. And I would say that we got a lot out of it still.
That's the beauty, man, of this business. You can you dial it in how you see fit. You're in Hawaii. It's 6 hours behind the East Coast. You could start working over there at 2 a.m. and be done, 10, 11 a.m. and go enjoy the surf if you like.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about it, but you have to be willing to do stuff like that. So congrats, dude. You guys hitting those goals. 30 families in a month is no joke. But we also have people who help 100 families in a month. So it's all relative. Makes sense?
Crazy thing.
And what I want to hit on today and what we were talking about in the office was the phones and the confidence you acquire on the phones and the confidence you don't have when you start. But knowing that this is everything. And we do a lot of trainings on phone script, phone approach. There's so many different things. But Jacob brought to my attention that scripts could be a hindrance. And I've thought this because I've never learned from a script, but to hear it from somebody who's been in for 6 months and starting to teach and train other people how to do this, it's really enlightening to hear. So I want him to kind of articulate what a script can be used for and how it can hurt you as you're moving forward. Would you mind?
Yeah, for sure. Basically what we were talking about is just, whenever I started, the script was good because, first of all, you don't really know anything at the beginning, right? And it helped, it guided you. But the big part about the hindering, it was just the fact that you don't really learn as much as you could, especially starting off because it was so big of just reading the script and then get hung up on however it went. But if you didn't have the script, which I kind of got rid of quick, but I just kind of took notes from it, and I just kind of remembered that in my mind. I took notes, and then I was just natural with it. I wanted to be a human. I wanted to talk to humans, right? And it was just all authentic, really.
What you say notes? That kind of reminds me of I took bullet points, notes, bullet points, whatever.
Yeah.
Of that was my track of starting to learn my phone approach, let alone script. Script is it's the same every time, right? Isn't that what a script is? Script means when you say a movie script, those are the words. I don't know if it works out too well unless you're a comedian or something like that to go off the script.
Yeah.
Makes sense? Because the script's there for a reason. With us, you have to fall in love with an approach. If you don't understand the approach, the script don't even matter. So what are some of those notes, bullet points that you would take from the script and or listening to other calls? What things would you point out?
Yeah, so basically it was just first thing first was their name.
Right.
Make sure that, they think that you know who they are.
So this is, and let's just be real elementary with this. And I don't mean no disrespect, okay? No. But when you say first name, you're saying this why, but when you wrote that down, you just put
first name.
First name.
First name.
That's it. See, and what did that do for you mentally, just writing first name?
It just didn't get me confused with hello, is this? Is this you? right? Because if you ask them, like, if you're asking them who you're speaking with,
Right.
you're supposed to know, and they're expecting you to like know. You know, if you say like something else, like, am I speaking with this? It's a telemarketer all day, all day.
But that note there,
That note
reminds you of this. See, it's so easy to hear these trainings and go, all right, cool, I'm gonna do that. And then you start doing it, and then you do nothing that you just said you were gonna do.
Yeah.
Because your instincts start to kick in. And a lot of the time our instincts aren't the right ones. Makes sense? So we've got to write down. I put first name and I put in bold letters only. That was my first note. First name only. So if you're watching this right now, that may help you. Put that as your first note. What was the second thing you put down?
I'm getting back to you.
Okay.
That was
Why was that important to write that down?
just because it gives you that extra time on the phone. Because if you just go into it, then they're like, why is he?
What's another way to say that?
Well, getting back to you.
Yeah, like what if you don't write, I'm getting.
Hey, you filled something out, and I'm getting back to you about it. It's just kind of getting them like in their brain, like, oh shoot, I did something, so they're getting back to me.
If you didn't say that, what would you say then?
I don't know what I would say if I didn't say that.
This is what I hear, and this is what I did.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm calling you about.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Hey, I'm calling you about that thing online you sent back to us, or hey, I'm calling about that insurance quote that you wanted. I'm calling about.
Yeah.
What that doesn't separate you from every other person who's calling them about something. And you wonder why they're hanging up on you within the first 2-3 seconds.
It's like a key point.
It's like, hold on, dude. No, I'm actually, I say that too. I'm actually getting back to you. You know why we say that, dude? You know, like, can you guess why we say actually?
Actually.
Yep.
Put in reality.
There we go. Put it in reality.
Yeah.
Of, hey, I know you're probably thinking, what actually means is I know you're probably thinking something else, but actually you got back to us. Yeah. I'm actually getting back to you. Dude, first name, actually getting back to you. Those are 2 notes right there. Write those down. What's the third note, JB?
Third note I would say is I'm right here in city. I always said city. The county is kind of iffy because some people, our clients, don't really know what county they're in.
Strangely enough,
for being honest. So city was huge.
Why is that important though? When you
just,
say right here in that city versus I'm with the state, or I'm with the state program, or a whatever it is. Okay, why is it important that you're local?
I think basically just because our clients like, locally, like they something familiar. They like being familiar with something, and someone that's from where they are, or per se, you're right there in this city.
Now you run business like that's not right where you're at, right?
I do telesales from across the dang country.
Okay, and you still say right here.
Still say right here. I say I'm the underwriter. I'm the local underwriter right here. They're like, huh? And then they kind of, but the thing is with that is you kind of have to look up, like what's around there, because then it gets weird when they're like, oh, so like you went and did this. I'm like, yeah, it gets a little complicated. But if you make yourself familiar with where they're from, it's just like, it's huge, because now you have something to relate off of, first of all, and second of all, now they feel like they're, you're right next to them instead of states away.
And so a lot of people ask, like, what do they say when they ask you, like, what is that? Like, they only ask that when you are unsure about what you're saying.
Yeah.
So when I was calling people up going, hey, this is Dom. I'm calling from the Senior Benefit Center right here in San Diego, they would go, well, where is that? Because I was unsure. But when I go, hey, it's Dom here, giving you a call from the Senior Benefit Center right here in San Diego, I'm actually getting back to you about this form you sent back to us. They don't say anything. And I remember when I started, I'd get all these objections on the phone. And Sean would be like, dude, I don't get those. And I think he was like lying to me. I'd be like, dude, like, yes, you do. What are you talking about? You don't get those. He goes, dude, I don't get those. They don't say that to me. Then I started speaking with the right posture, that pissed off, bothered, direct, not excited. And you know what happened? I didn't get those damn objections. Yep. They didn't come to me. I didn't hear that. People weren't asking me, well, where's that at? Or, was this, no, they don't do all that type of stuff when you're confident. All right. So we got 3 notes right now. You said first name, getting back to you right here. What's the third one?
Fourth one.
I'm sorry.
Fourth note was basically my job's simple, because they like simple, they like easy.
Okay.
It's basically, hey, my job's simple. I'm just a local underwriter trying to get the information out to you. It takes about 5 minutes to see what you qualify for, and then
why is that part important?
I think
and what's another way to transition? Like, because what's the purpose of that transition?
I think the transition is just my job's simple. My job is to get the information out to you, and like you're letting them know, like you're telling them like you're in control, right? You're telling them what you're gonna do,
right?
How you're gonna do it, when you're gonna do it, and that's like, I think the transition from just confirming or verifying, date of birth, address, whatever it is, height, weight, whatever. Basically, after that transition to my job's simple, I'm just a local underwriter. Then it kind of just puts in their mind like, now I understand what's about to happen. What's about to happen.
Right.
Right.
Now, there's another way to get into that. That is not my job is simple, and you find yourself going uphill. Mm-hmm. What does that look like if the transition into booking the appointment without that bridge of my job is simple? What would you do then?
You talking about like objections?
No, just say like you say you weren't transitioning with my job is simple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what would be the wrong way to transition that a lot of us do?
I think basically not saying my job's simple, but it's just like I'm just a local underwriter, trying to get this information, or assigned to, I would say, see what you qualify for,
there you go,
or something like that. That's an uphill battle, and so what do I got to qualify for? What am I going to do that for? If you just say, hey, I've got to get this information to you,
right.
Whatever you want to do with it's completely up to you.
So hopefully folks heard that. You went, so my job is simple. No, not my job is simple. What was the third point? His first name, getting back to you. I'm right here. Yeah, right here in Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. All right. And just kind of falling into like, I have to come over and drop this off to you. Like, yeah, so typically this is the time where I find a time to like come over to your house and go over this with you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so like
you already lost.
Oh, that's so hard. Like that, but I hear it all the time.
Yep.
This is the part where the transition is my job is simple. That's letting them know that what you're about to do is simple, and here's what we're going to do. Right? And sometimes people go, well, here's what we got to do. I don't like that either.
I mean, they filled out online forms. They want everything easy.
Yeah. Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that sounds like what we got to do. Oh, that sounds like a lot. Do you know what I mean? No, my job is simple. I don't want to say we, because now they're like, what do I have to do? Yeah. You mean I got to do something? I don't want to do nothing. Does that make sense?
Disabled.
I don't want to do nothing. I'm out. But when it's my job is simple, I just have to swing by there, drop this off to you, see if you qualify. It takes us 10 or 15 minutes. Then I close that with, are you working or retired?
Yep, every time.
Every single time. You working, it's the same. But those are some points there that if you could take those points, first name, getting back to you, right here, my job is simple. I don't know how you lose over long term.
Yeah.
Are you going to book them all? Hell no. You ain't going to book them all with nothing, okay? But will you have something consistent that you can lean on? Because there ain't one phone call that I've made that it didn't require all 4 of those parts.
Yep. That's the big thing about not like the script. You know what I mean? Like if you have that script in front of you, like I got rid of the entire script like a month in,
mm-hmm.
right? And I remembered those 4 key points, right? And then no matter what they said, I would always that's how I would learn though. You know what I mean? So like you just learn over time, and then, as time goes on, now you know exactly what they're going to say because nothing changes. It's going to be the same exact objection every single time. And then you just kind of know what to say, and it's just quick, and it's just like, just keep moving. But if you have those 4 things, it's done. And of course you won't book them all, but got a higher chance.
What's your go-to objection comeback? What's your go-to? I didn't fill that out.
Objection.
Yeah, I didn't fill that out.
Oh yeah, no problem. That's actually the purpose of my
I don't
call.
need the. No, I already have it.
Yeah, no problem. I just got to get it to you. Whatever you do with it's completely up to you.
Yeah, somebody already came out here.
Yeah, no problem, brother. I don't want to come out there either, but
It's a trip, right?
dude, I had somebody.
People go like, so what do you say to this? The same thing. The same thing. All right. I got that from Matt Smith.
Yeah, dude.
Matt Smith was. Yeah, it's exactly the purpose of my call.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want it. Yeah, it's exactly the purpose of my call. But anyways.
Keep going.
But anyways, dude, it's so massive. Let's close with this, dude. You hit on last night on Back to Basics about control. And I kind of want to hit on that. Control. How do you establish control? How do you keep control? And is it possible to get control back?
It's hard to get it back.
Yeah.
It's a very tough uphill battle if you're trying to get it back. But keeping it is just all from the start.
Okay.
All from the start. Like it's how you start it. Tonality is huge, right? If you keep that tonality, like pissed off and bothered, right? That's like you're in control just that way. You know what I mean? But basically, just staying in control throughout the whole thing, telling them what you're gonna do, telling them how you're gonna do it, telling them when you're gonna do it, right? That's just like, and them just agreeing with it, and like you're in control the whole time. And it's not on the phones, not just on the phones. It transitions into the appointment, and it transitions into, the entire in-home, and, the clothes, everything. If you're in control, it starts on the phone, and staying in control is so key, so key.
How do you lose control?
Dude, it's just getting emotional.
Emotional?
Getting emotional with any objection that they have. If they're just like, I didn't fill that out. Oh, it's lost.
Okay.
Right. And if you try and get it back from that, then there's just like, they're going to fight you just exactly like you did. And then you're so like, once you lose control, you feel it inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now you're like, you kind of lost the whole thing out. In that point, I would just hang up, if we're being honest.
Is there a piece of, establishing control and keeping control as not being like super open, nice? Does that make sense? Can you lose control by listening too much?
Yes, 100%.
How do you navigate that to where you're listening? We want to listen because in order to sell, you must listen. Mm-hmm. But you can listen too much to where it hurts your sell.
Yeah, 100%.
So what are you doing there on the phone? I mean, sale appointment.
In the appointment?
No, on the phone.
You
can listen too much on the phone.
Yeah, 100%.
And next thing you know, you wonder why you're not booking anything.
Exactly, because those our clients say they don't talk to many people. I guess not, but if they get into like a very long conversation about what their problems are right now, why they are thinking about the insurance, and then it ends up, no, actually I'm good. Mm-hmm. Right. So now they feel too comfortable with you. Like you're not in control, right? They're in control because they're telling you their whole life story. So I think the big thing is just not listening too much. I would say.
How do you stop it?
You listen a little. All right, listen, Mary. This is what we're gonna do. I would just cut them off. Just like, hey, we're doing this. Whatever. Like if it's ever booking appointments, I never let it get to that point. I just say, hey, listen. I'll be out in your area tomorrow. Like I got to keep cutting them off because first of all,
so that's huge.
Yeah.
So you cut them off because at one time you were listening to them.
Exactly.
Okay. What type of things are irrelevant to be listening to on the phone that we almost are afraid to cut them off and just keep going with our script? I mean, what are some scenarios? 'Cause I can imagine like when you're calling somebody up and it's like, hey, are you working or retired? It seems like a closed-ended question, but sometimes you're going to get some open answers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I've actually been working for this long, but I retired.
There you go. So how do you stop that? Because I think that's so big to where you almost are like, damn, like they're just talking and where do I go? But I'm going to listen to them. By the time they get done with whatever statement they're going to say, you have no shot to book the appointment because they just told you how bad their job is, how bad this sucks, how they got to pick up their grandkids over here, all this type of stuff. So how do you stop from hearing all of that and just continue on booking your appointment?
It was kind of funny actually because I got that a lot. like whenever I said, "Are you working or retired?" and they would go on about their whole entire like what they've been doing for the past 6 months and like how they're transitioning from all this stuff, right? So I got used to it after time. Then finally, I was just like, all right, I know when it's coming. Right? I just like see it coming. I'm like, all right, they're gonna keep it. They say 3 words. I'm like, all right, perfect. And I just like say it like kind of loudly but clearly, and like I don't want to listen. Right?
Yes.
See, and then they're like, oh shit, or shoot, sorry.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't matter.
Or even at the beginning, right? Hey, I'm giving you a call back. I'm getting back to you about this form you sent back to us. Oh yeah, I didn't do. Do you listen to all that, or do you cut them off and keep going?
You gotta cut them off.
How do you cut them off?
You just talk.
So let's do it. Let's role play. Right. I'll be the client. Ring ring. Hello.
Oh, your client. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hello.
Dom.
Yeah, this is Dom.
Hey Dom, this is Jacob. I'm at the Benefit Center here in Oklahoma City. Just getting back to you.
I'm actually at work right now.
All right, cool. It's just about this request that you filled out online recently, and you request more information on life insurance. But your date of birth is this. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And your address is this. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, perfect. My job's simple. I'm just the local underwriter trying to get this information out there to you. Now, are you working, retired?
I'm working.
All right, perfect. What time do you typically get home from work?
5.
5 o'clock. All right. I got an appointment actually at 5:30 in your area, right around the corner. All right. I'll probably swing by about 6 p.m. Any reason you won't be home?
I'll be there then.
All right. Perfect. And again, finish it with.
Key part right there is when I said I'm working, I'm actually at work right now. I was about to say, can you call me back later?
Yeah.
But you stopped me
you just keep
before
going.
I said that.
Yeah.
Then I think that's the piece to where we may think that we're going to be rude. We're rude if we just talk over them.
You answered.
You're not. They said they're at work, and you have a response to say when they say they're at work. You don't wait for them to tell you all the other stuff. I'm at work, and can you call me back later? And what's this all about? Now there's so much I can just sit back and go, gosh, if I listened to them, what type of stuff would they say?
Exactly. And there's sometimes that people are, if they sound like they're like rushing, like I'm at work right now, like you hear stuff in the background, like, all right, cool. I'll get you off the phone in 15 seconds. Because that's all it takes. You're just trying to book the appointment. That's quick setting though.
Yep.
Right. And it's just I'll get you off the phone in 15 seconds, straight to a question. You got to. Because you don't ask that open-ended question. Like it's done. Right? They're like, I don't want to, listen anymore. So if you just if you prolong it like you normally would with like, slowing it down.
Yeah.
It's like, but then you get to the point you speed up, then you got to slow it down.
Yes.
Right? Speed up. Yeah.
It's huge. Because like initially with these quick sets, you have to speed up initially. But if you speed up the whole way through it, you're going to have a bunch of no-shows.
Exactly.
So obviously they have time. They would have never picked up the phone. Be clear. Nobody's that busy. Now, if they're a doctor and they're at the surgery, nobody's going, hey, I'm doing surgery right now. Could you call me back? Yep. They're not doing anything too crazy. And they initially say that because they don't really know why you're calling. And when they figure out, oh, yeah, this is important, you'd be on the phone with them for 5-10 minutes. You're like, yeah, this is the same person. And by the way, we're just going to knock it out, do a one-call close. Same person. You do one calls. You ever had that person on a one call, I'm busy, not a good time, and next thing you know, you're on the phone for 45 minutes knocking it down.
Yep. All the time.
All the time, right?
Yep. They just don't want to talk to you. Like, they don't want to talk to that guy, like trying to.
They don't want to talk to that guy until they realize that you're this guy.
Yep. Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, all right, you ain't got time tomorrow. Whatever. You got 10 minutes right now.
That's it.
And
dude.
It never takes 10 minutes.
Never. Ever. And nobody's expecting it to, dude.
Do they ever say it though?
Just like no, just like when we're going to the house and we go, hey, be there for 10-15 minutes, drop this off to you. You know what they never think? That it's going to be a 15-minute slow handoff at the door. So when people ask me, hey, Dom, do people think that you're just going to hand them something? Like, are these like real appointments or are you just dropping something off? I say, bless your heart, because I never thought that. Make sense? Because that's like how you have to be more positive. You have to actually think that, like, we're not trying to manipulate people to do something they don't want to do. We're not trying to sneak our way in. None of this is sneaky. All of this is let's get as many contacts and get in front of as many people as we can. And if it's easier to get in front of people saying it's going to take 10-15 minutes, why would I say it's going to take an hour? Exactly. How many appointments you book 30 appointments a week? You call people up. Hey, this is going to take us 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe an hour if my laptop messes up or something like that.
I honestly say like 5-10 minutes.
Dude, they're never going to say yes to you. So be clear. You can have your moral compass going, I just want to be honest with people. You'd be honest and broke. Or You could be like your kid. Like when my son wants to run into the street, I took my son because he's running into the street. I took him to the street, right? And I took an egg. And I said, hey, next time you run in the street, this is what's going to happen to your head. And I took the egg, smashed it on the ground. Could that happen if you run in the street? Yep. Is it probably not? But he's 4. And he's never going to forget Dad smashed that damn egg in the road and looked at me dead in the eyes and said, this is what's going to happen to your brain if you run in the road again. He looks at me, okay, Daddy. Am I wrong?
Nope, not at all.
Same thing here with our clients. You're not wrong. 10, 15 minutes. Get to the house. Help them. Now my son won't die, and now your clients won't die without insurance. Seems pretty noble to me. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
It's let's care about other people more than we care about what they're going to think about us. It's huge stuff, dude. So, Bruns, thanks again, dude. You got anything you want to share with them in closing?
I would say don't give up, honestly, because for me, it was really, when I first started with like phone script, all that, it was annoying, very annoying at first. And I was like, I don't understand this. I can't get it. And once you kind of just keep calling, keeping the activity up, keep dialing, right? Then you'll get used to that no script, not having a script, and just going, I got those four main points. That's all I need. And anything else that they say, I have something to come back at it. And I think that's huge to keep in mind, dialing all the time.
Big stuff, dude. Well, appreciate you. Big hitters only. Stay different. Peace out.
Peace.